All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Forza Horizon 5, Let's Go Episode 8 kind of showcased some of the arcade stuff, Eliminator, the Baja circuit, the gift drop. Nothing too crazy, a lot of bad driving in here, but I'm just going to cut up the clips for you. There was a Pinata arcade mode, one where there was like do different like challenges like, oh, do an air jump skill, do a drift skill, drive 2 miles in a certain amount of time. The Pinata one, there was, I don't know, they call it like the Forza Horizon 5 mascot, and you have to hit him, but there's also like red ones that you can't hit. I think it deducts points. There is a Bullseye challenge. They showed off different cars in the Eliminator, like the map. I think you start off on top of the volcano and stuff. Nothing too crazy, nothing like, you know, just a lot of gameplay. But I've cut it up here for you guys. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, come back. We got plenty of videos. Check them out and enjoy it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Coming up with these fun little mini games is just really good fun for game designers. I think it's always a kind of fun activity. You're like looking for what's a crazy problem or scenario you can come up with, and then think about how you'll try and solve it with a car.
Yeah.
So in this one we've got.
So what is the crux of this then? What's the nuances of Pinata Pop?
So as a team, we all have to work together to try and find and smash pinatas, which are all over these ruins. If I can find, I've just seen about 4, but they all got smashed right before I got there. So I'm going to try and slow down. So this one here, that's like the evil pinata, that like red cactus guy. You don't want to get that guy. He's the bad one.
What happens if you do get him?
He ghosts out your car, so you can't smash anything else. And then this chap over here, his name is Tank. He is the Horizon Festival's mascot, and here he is in pinata form. We all love Tank very much. Nevertheless, I'm going to drive into him because I need to get the points for the team.
Very good.
Aim of the game is find and smash as many Tank pinatas as you can.
Is there a limited amount? Do they respawn? Is it time limited?
There is a limited amount. Yeah, there's a couple hundred within the circle, so there's plenty of them. But you have to work to got a sneaky bonus board as well there. So the aim of the game, yeah, is find them all, smash them all, and work together as a group.
Social elements.
Yeah, so this area where you can hang out the Horizon Tour hangout spot, it's actually just at the foot of the festival. So that's the festival over there. There's the racetrack part there, and then there's the Horizon Tour section. And this is where you're going to see a lot of people hanging out. They want to show off their sweet liveries. They'll come down here and wait because they know that this is a place where people are going to congregate. So it's a great place to hang out, socialize, and team up and start doing the Horizon Tour. We're not going to do one right now, but I think it's a good time to mention Link, which if you're paying attention, you may have noticed some people using Link then. But as I'm surrounded by all these people here, please everyone do not respond to this or it'll start a matchmaking system we will not be able to get out of. But I can use Link. In fact, I won't even press it because they will then go and join it. But if I go Link and then press up to select Horizon Tour, everyone else gets the option to go, yep, okay, sure. We all get grouped together and we'll head off into a Horizon Tour event. Because when Bullseye begins, a load of floating targets will appear above the world. Okay. And the aim of the game is for players to hit and smash as many of those targets as they can. So once the game mode starts, oh, there we go. You will see that there are ramps like this one, along with a bullseye target that you can smash. And then as soon as you smashed one, the next one appears, like so. Okay. Hopefully got just enough air to get that one. I didn't. So I'm in a very slow car. Do
the points vary by how accurately you hit the center of the bullseye, or am I overcomplicating things?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure. Anna, do you know?
I was too involved into trying to get some score. What was the question?
Do you get
the
more
question
points
was if you get more points in the center than if you do on the outside.
I think so. I think it's accuracy based.
Different ways to play the game. The Horizon Open is the new version of what was called Team Adventure and Online Adventure in previous games. That change in name is to reference the fact that it's a little bit more accessible, a little bit more fun.
Perfecto. So you're going to have to give us a little tour as well. So where we are, what we're up to, we can sort of take cues from the game that this is perhaps right at the beginning of the Eliminator because there's still a high quantity of cars left.
Very, very observant, Charlie. Yeah. So in our development environment, we've roped in all of the testers to get 50 people in the game. Obviously, it can have more players than that in the final release. One of the key things that's changed is that rather than everybody starting in the Mini, everybody has now started in the VW Beetle. So a car that is an icon of Mexican auto culture, and similarly performant to the Mini as well. So there we go. So it looks like. I have challenged Ryan, our lead game designer, to a race down the side of the volcano. Let's see how this plays out.
Looking forward to this. I do have to ask, though, we mentioned that the Eliminator was a sort of a later addition, a fun new thing that you added to Forza Horizon 4, and that was very much added to a map that already existed. So how much did that sort of change the way you worked on the Forza Horizon 5 map, knowing that you wanted to launch it day one? Did you make a map that was more Eliminator in mind?
Yeah, that's a great question. So as I said, between launching Eliminator and releasing Forza Horizon 5, this became our most popular multiplayer mode. And when that happens, that of course will then factor into the way that you build and design the world to create awesome moments within the Eliminator, much like the one we're seeing right now, where a VW Beetle's managing to reach near enough 100 miles an hour down the side of a volcano in a head-to-head race.
When you put it that way.
Magical moments like this. The really fun one is the opposite way, where the end point is in the top of the volcano, and you need to really make sure you've got yourself a car with a bit of torque to get back up there. So talk about it, but there are a ton of world features. I think the city as well, Guanajuato, is one that really plays into Eliminator and really favours high-level play. You really do want to be an expert level map knowledge before you start like choosing Guanajuato as your spawn location, or even a place that you venture into.
Somewhere in the tunnel, but very dangerous. And the car drops, anything that looks like a point of interest, like any of the Baja circuit or the main festival. Or the volcano as well, like anything like that will have a lot of car drops, but obviously all of it is random, so you might get unlucky. I personally start always at the Baja circuit, and usually there is at least 3 there that you can choose from.
Oh, okay. Lovely. We saw one just then when we drove past.
The game mode you're playing, and also in the different stages you get different link options as well.
Oh, I like that.
So here we're in the swamps. I'm driving the Porsche Cayenne, which is, a big old SUV. I've just crashed into the tree, but that's not going to matter because the clearance that this car has means that I can drive straight through the water here, through the swamp, whereas person driving the Mercedes AMG 1 knows that their car's too low. If they come through here, they're really going to feel a lot of drag going through the water, so they've had to stick to the roads.
Once, and I did go on to win the Eliminator in the level 10 car, but it was just pure chance that I got it.
Yeah, another thing you can do, which I would not recommend when you're in the AMG 1 inside Eliminator, is switch it from track mode to street mode. That's a thing you could do, but also you'll have to sit and wait for the animation to complete for about 15 seconds, by which point someone will challenge you and take off and beat you. So.
I'll tell you what, on tips for driving, particularly as we now look at this very final stage, I want to go to Andy. Andy, do you have any tips as our resident racer on what to do when it comes to the Eliminator?
Yes and no. I think you were talking about the right sort of things with the
Arcade now.
All right, we've teamed up at the Playa Azul, which is this little village on the east coast. Tom has pushed the button off cam and triggered the mini missions. Mini missions is a little bit like Simon Says. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, so it says earn an air skill, and we have a few seconds in which to do that. I'm currently crashing into some golf carts. I'm going to head down to the beach and see if I can get one off the dunes. We only have a few seconds to do it. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, get some clearance. I've really let everybody down. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
So what does that mean by letting them down? Does everyone have to do that challenge, or is it everyone has a chance to do it and it's like cumulative?
So yeah, everybody gets the same challenge at the same time. So, and then all the team have to work together, and however many people on the team manage to do it, they get that many points for their team. And then a few seconds later, it's on to the next challenge. So right now, it's drive 2 miles. So we all need to, wow, that didn't give us very long to do that at all. No. This is sorry about that.
Here it is.
So here we are.
So this is the Baja circuit then. What do we know about this, and what could you tell us about it?
So
Cool.
the Baja circuit was actually designed by none other than Andy Baranowski. So I think he might be best placed to tell us a
Oh,
little bit
take it
about
away, Andy.
Yeah, well, I was very excited to design this. I looked into a lot of the motorsport venues that they had in the Baja region and also sort of the southern states of America, and sort of tried to create my own Horizon interpretation of those. So it's a nice big wide sandy circuit with loads of big jumps. Wow, someone just jumped over the top of me. And lots of different layouts as well. So hopefully the community enjoy making the races that they want to make with that as well. So we've got the circuit itself. We've got this flat track oval style course that's got a figure 8 with a crossover in the middle as well. That was an awesome drift. Sorry, I was in the way. Hopefully lots to explore. It's also a playground games arena as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Lovely.
yeah, lots of different game modes to play around.
You can create like really nice liveries and tunes, attach them to the car and kind of send it. And then when the player receives it, they can say thank you, and that's what gives you kudos as well.
So earlier on the Forza Monthly, I made this lovely car. It has a paint job, it has some upgrades on it. It's a really sweet rally spec 911 GT2
Gotta say,
RS.
big fan of the colour, by the way. I do like the colour on that one.
It almost matches the controller, kind of almost.
There's a theme here, everyone.
Anyway, carry on.
So when you selected the car you want to gift, you can select kind of who the gift is going to. So you can't select like a specific person, but you can select like new players. So it's going to go to someone who just joined the game, or someone like community contributors. So that's people who received a lot of kudos. Well, you're kind of thanking them for making the community feel great. And then when you selected the theme, you go into the message, and every theme has their unique messages, kind of in line with what you're giving the gift for. So you can pick a message here. And then you can sign it. So you can pick to sign it with your player name. So this is the name that you pick from like this big select we have in the game. Or you can sign it with your gamer tag, or just unsigned, and no one will find out who sent the gift to them.
An anonymous gifter.
Yes.
I
And
love
here
that.
you
That's
can
so
like
nice.
look at the overall picture of your gift, how it's gonna look, what you're sending, what the message is, and then send it.
And then send it away. It gets me a warning. Yeah, don't show that again. I don't need warnings.
So that removes it from your garage, does it? So it isn't sort of, it's like pinning it.
Oh,
All right, so I've obviously been stitched up because everyone else in a faster car than me. I'm looking over at Tom on the race setup for this one. So,
Tom.
but it is a showdown. It's a showdown, so I get a head start. All right, let's go.
That's good then.
Yeah,
I'm joining you on the commentary team, Charlie.
go on then. I'm gonna.
Well, take it away. You know all the intricate details, Andy. By all means, I can take a back seat on the commentary. You're the expert in the box
All
today.
right. Well, this is really interesting because Mike's taken off way ahead in his B-class car versus the rest of the field in the A-class cars. That was a good, 15 seconds head start that you had there?
I think
See if you can
around
hold
there.
it over
Yeah,
two
that's-
laps.
Yeah.
2 laps is a lot though.
Yeah.
It's a long old circuit, this one.
Right, so we're watching Anna now, just about to go through
Go on, Anna.
the banked hairpins.
It's a very difficult circuit.
It was left there. There we go. Mike's getting away pretty well. He's making some good progress.
Well, people always like to tell me in chat how rubbish I am at the game, so I wouldn't mind actually
Yeah.
winning this one.
Exactly. There have been a couple Fs so far.
You did better than me by actually starting the race. So,
That's already progress.
yeah, never mind.
So Andy, are there any cool features of this race? Like, I don't know, maybe some of the other turns based off anything off the research that you've done, or any elements around it?
Yeah, there were a few series in particular of sort of off-road Pro 2 trucks, the main ones that I based the circuit on. And they're all sort of permanent racetracks.
Okay.
And I sort of adapted and took bits that I liked out of them and configured it into a layout that I thought was as intricate and interesting as possible. I had to sort of adapt it in some ways to take out some of the more cruel parts of the circuit that it make real world racing, as technical and challenging as it was. But I think it's kept some really cool bits. Where Mike is at the moment, there's a really good a water splash on the inside that if you want to take that low line, you can dip a wheel in and tighten up that corner.
Cool off the brakes.
Yeah.
Mike, I've got to say, you're doing very well so far.
They're only one turn behind me. I'm being very quiet as I focus and try and...
Yeah, he's got about half a lap to survive, and they are really bearing down on him now.
Who is it that's in the convoy today? I feel like I need to ask. Did you say we've got other devs with us today?
We've got a mixture of QA, production, and Chris is in there as well, vehicle handling. So
basically, everyone has a want to try and make sure Mike doesn't win.
Who is it?
It's Joe just behind me as well, isn't it?
Joe.
Jingle Jangle Joe off of the forums, but also works
Oh, I know Jingle Jangle Joe.
Yeah. Oh, he nearly made it.
Very good. Well done. Sorry, Jingle Jangle Joe.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Second is the first.